whatever shit he was about to drop with Party, you better drop that on 100gigs.com. You better not try to drop that through us. We gonna make sure that flop. We gonna make sure that don't go nowhere.
Drake.
Now, some of y'all might be a little surprised by this, but your boy DJ Akademiks had some criticism about Drake and his lawsuit with UMG. As a matter of fact, he was warning Drake, you better be careful. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Let's get it.
So it's either completely changes or they treat Drake like they treat everybody else. Yo, we're going to violate you in court. And then not only we're going to, and this is what, I really, I'm hoping at some point, whether to me or somebody, Drake kind of explains this, because I don't think only violating him in court is what UMG's response going to be. You got to, you got to remember, they always said back in the days of the knights and all that type of stuff, when people had castles, when somebody tried to invade your spot, invade your, like, yo shit, after you defeat them in war, you cut their head off and you put it on a stake outside of the fucking palace. You know why? You got to send a message to everybody else. Don't come up in this bitch. This is what happens. So Universal got to send a message to Drake. They got to. They can't just, they got to send a message. They want to do it in court. But do you think they want to send, they probably want to send a message by whatever shit he was about to drop with Party? You better drop that on 100gigs.com. You better not try to drop that through us. We gonna make sure that shit flop. We gonna make sure that shit don't go nowhere. All that perception of you being so hot, we gonna make sure this shit look away now, nigga. We gotta make an example out of you. And by the way, here's the thing. Universal have been making examples out of this for a long time. They made an example out of Kanye. They made an example out of 50 Cent. Granted, you might argue like, oh no, well, I would argue when 50, put it like this, 50 was the hottest thing smoking from 2003 to 2005. And in 2005, 2006, the moment he went against Jimmy Iovine and not necessarily even, he didn't even touch Lucian. He didn't even get to Lucian. He got to one of the niggas who was on the list below Lucian. At that point, they said, I hope you got some movie scripts because you're done here, nigga. I hope you got some movie scripts because you're finito. 50 was completely obliterated. Look what they did to Kanye. Remember when Kanye was like, yo, they won't let me buy back. Remember, look, what company owns Universal? Drake going at Universal. He's not even going at Republic. He's going to Universal. What owns Universal? What owns Def Jam? Universal. So Universal owns all these companies. Remember when Kanye was like, yo, they won't let me buy, when he shows the contract, Kanye shows contract, Def Jam. You got to realize that they boxed that nigga out. Now, granted, he's still selling 120K without that. Right? But then he spiraled all the way into doing some anti-Semitic shit. Then they just dropped him with cause. But he ain't never went at Universal, like the parent company. His fight was with Def Jam. They bodied the shit out of Kanye. Kick that nigga out of here. Get out of here, nigga. Go sell some sneakers. Get out of here. Go to Japan. Go get head on a raft. Fuck out of here, nigga. So that's why I'm looking at the Drake thing and I'm like, holy shit. Yo, 50 got fucked up by going at Jimmy Iovine. The game got fucked up by even breathing hard at Jimmy Iovine. And that's Interscope. How the fuck y'all expect to go at big boss, top dog Lucian? Y'all can't fuck with him. He gonna have y'all niggas being played in Botswana. Y'all niggas can't fuck with. Now, granted, it appears that Drake look like he's down to take on the fight. Here's my biggest problem with that. Remember, as I said, timing. If I'm listening to this right, Drake been talking to Universal for a year, having all type of problems, running into mad roadblocks. Obviously, when he sees the battle go down the way it did, he's looking at it like, what the fuck? Nah, these niggas was they was trying to help that nigga because they don't fuck with me right now. And that's why we get a lawsuit. But at the end of the day, it don't matter. It's you and Universal. You can't fuck with Universal. We ain't seen nobody do it. Only people I've seen, one in public opinion or even just in contractually, Dave Chappelle, how he won with Comedy Central. The people were on his side though. The people said, Netflix, we will not watch that if Dave Chappelle isn't happy. Comedy Central, we don't want it. And then Netflix said, well, we don't want this shit no more then. They had to go make Dave Chappelle happy. Taylor Swift, hey, I might be good with music. If this don't get fixed. Her fans is like, all right, we're Swifties. You heard what she said? All right, fuck it. Let's get her fucking masters. God damn it. Who else? Kanye tried it with Adidas. Nigga, they kicked that nigga so far out the Adidas office. I don't even know if Kanye could spell Adidas right now. They got that nigga the fuck out of here. So Kanye thought he could do it with Adidas because after he left Nike, Adidas looked like they were looking at him like that. Oh my God, it's Kanye. Then he tried it with Adidas and they said, get the fuck out of here. And they sued that and said, we gonna keep your Yeezys too. We ain't giving that shit back. Fuck out of here. Bodied Kanye. I'm sorry, Kanye's my guy, but bodied him. They still selling Yeezys. And he's still mad. You can't, you had Diddy over here like, all of that shit with Ciroc thinking he like cause of some Harlem Shake and cause he got the niggas with the Ciroc bottle, he good. He start bucking up at the company, Diageo. They said, are you out of here? Are you out of your fucking freak off mind? They got him out the paint. They were so tight of him, they got him in a jail cell. Fuck out of here. Stop playing with us. Ciroc is still selling. We ain't hear nothing about no dip. Oh, Ciroc hasn't been sold since the dip. Fuck out of here. They got him out the paint. They got that nigga out the paint. So this is what I'm trying to say. Jay-Z, Bacardi told that nigga to kick rocks. They did pay him though. But he ran to his other billionaire friends, but he wasn't bucking as people thought he was. He wasn't bucking like Diddy was bucking. Diddy was bucking. Kanye was tweaking. Shut up. Here's some music. Here's a rapper. Shut up. So that's what I'm saying. Drake having his moment. My only thing I was saying earlier in the stream, Drake should have did it in 2016. He had the most power. He had Infinity Stones because he was making streaming. He helped lay the blueprint for the fucking streaming, for the whole streaming market. It was 20 million back then. It's 250 million now for each company. He helped that shit go 10x. He could have said some shit back then to say, well, give me a little bit more power. Instead, he said, man, give me some bread. I'm about to get a jumbo jet and give me this. I'm about to go buy Pharrell's chains and I'm going to fuck all y'all hoes and then we're straight. And now they're like, all right, cool. You got the jet. You fucked everybody's bitch and you bought all Pharrell's chains. What's up now? All right, give me more money. No. No. Well, you want a 600? I'll give you this.
This is one of those situations where you see people who support Drake, telling Drake, this is a dangerous road that you going down. You saw Maul say the same thing. Maul from the Rory and Maul podcast. He said that too in the video I put out yesterday. By the way, I hope y'all had a fantastic Thanksgiving as well. But Maul said, hey, Drake is doing something very dangerous right now. And he said he felt like Drake was prepared, but still letting everybody know Drake going at the machine, going at UMG, it's very risky. And like some other individual said, look what it cost Michael Jackson. I don't even think Ack brought that name up. He brought up some names that Sometimes we forget. 50 Cent had an issue. 50 Cent career changed. He had to go into TV. Music wasn't a viable option anymore. Diddy had some issues with some lawsuits and some liquor companies. You see what happened with him. They say tobacco and alcohol. Another establishment you don't want to fuck with. But we've seen this happen multiple times where people get to talking about these companies that they in bed with, particularly celebrities. And the moment you start to think you bigger than the program, fucked up shit start happening. Now, yeah, Dave Chappelle was successful in battling the machine, but it still cost him. It was a lot of years where Dave was down. Look, at one point, we didn't even know where the fuck Dave was at. We was looking for Dave. We was putting a PPB, what's that stuff called? A missing persons report. We was putting that out for Dave Chappelle. We didn't even know. He was laid up in Ohio on a farm. He was off the grid. You had to go through some bushes to find Dave's house, okay? He disappeared. So yeah, he might have got his money back at the end when he started coming back outside, doing comedy, the Netflix deals, but it still cost him because there was a lot of people putting dirt on his name. They was kind of talking about Dave the same way they was talking about Cat Williams when he was going through his shit. Like, oh, he was problematic. You know, people started mentioning drugs and saying Dave wanted too much and all this other stuff. They did the same to Cat Williams. The difference is Cat Williams was actually going to jail a whole bunch of times. So, you know, it might have been a little truth in there. But Dave, he just disappeared. At one point, people thought Dave was in Africa. The only one who really came out unscathed was Taylor Swift, who released I think she released maybe 3 or more albums, re-released them. Went in the studio, re-recorded them. And them old albums out, like, could you imagine any of your favorite rappers being like, hey, the company did me dirty, so I got to go back in the studio. I got to record The Blueprint again. I got to record Good Kid, Mad City again. I got to record Nothing Was the Same again. Because of some contract obligation that didn't go my way. We as a hip hop community, we'd be like, we ain't buying that shit. For Taylor Swift, her old re-recorded albums outsold her original albums. Like, she was the only one who came out of that situation, not only unscathed, but looking more powerful than she did the first time around. And as big as we like to think Drake is, I don't know if he that big to fight this fight. Think about it. When Michael Jackson passed away, it was white people all over the planet crying in tears. And even he was not big enough to fight the program. So Drake is going to have his work cut out. And if they cut Drake some huge check and they end up settling this, and even if it gets settled, we really got to see what that Party Next Door and Drake album do. Let's just say this situation gets resolved and the next Drake drop with Party Next Door does crazy numbers. It will be something groundbreaking that we'll have to give Drake his props for. Now, the hip-hop community gonna still say, hey, you lost the beef. You was crying. You did the softest move in hip-hop we ever seen. You pulled a Kevin Durant. But business-wise, you know, he'll be better off. And regardless of how this situation goes, I think after this lawsuit, I'm really curious to see how Drake comes back when it comes to just dropping music. And I'm not even talking about with Party Next Door. I mean dropping his own music. I'm curious to see how the next solo Drake project, not only how the rollout looks, but how it's received. And can he win over some of the people who looking at him like, I'll say it, they looking at him like a bitch now. You see, my camera was shocked I said that. But it's true. I always got to keep it real with y'all. No matter how much I like Drake, it is what it is. Like I said, once again, I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. Sorry about the beeping noise. Let me know how y'all felt about this. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.